Across our world, scattered from the heart of Russia to the streets of Europe, Asia, and even North America, stand the silent remnants of an age we can barely comprehend. Magnificent structures of impossible scale and beauty, built with a precision that defies their supposed time. They whisper of an empire forgotten, a civilization erased, a name that echoes through the shadows of history: Tartaria. I will never look at old maps the same again after this. Hello, followers. Welcome back to another episode of the Shadows of History series. If you're into gripping documentaries, deep dives into historical events, hidden truths, and untold stories, you're definitely in the right place. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and drop a comment below. I love hearing your thoughts. Big shout out to all our new subscribers. Welcome to the family. And to my returning viewers, you already know, you're the real hero. Alright, let's dive into today's story. You're not going to want to miss this one. What if history erased more than it revealed? Let's follow the clues. If you open a map from the 16th, 17th, or even 18th century, you'll find something peculiar, a vast region stretching from the Ural Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, marked simply as Tartaria. In recent years, growing interest in the Tartarian Empire theory has led independent researchers and digital archaeologists to re-examine forgotten archives, antique maps, and early photographs, uncovering even more intriguing clues. Some point to 19th century world fairs, such as those in Paris, Chicago, and St. Louis, where entire temporary cities of breathtaking architecture were supposedly built and demolished in a matter of months, an explanation many find implausible. Others highlight the remarkable similarity in architectural styles across continents, as if a single design language once unified the world. There are also accounts of unexplained technological artifacts, intricate water systems, and massive underground tunnels that appear older than the cities built above them. Together, these discoveries feed the idea that Tartaria might not be a mere myth, but the fragmented memory of an advanced civilization, one whose knowledge of energy, engineering, and aesthetics was systematically erased to reshape the narrative of human history. History usually hands us tidy timelines, but breadcrumbs tell another story. To early cartographers, Tartaria represented a massive and mysterious land, a place so vast it seemed almost mythical. But who were the Tartarians? And how did an empire of such scale vanish from the pages of modern history? Across 18th–19th century maps and forgotten blueprints, researchers spot grand architecture and engineering that don't fit the expected narrative. Some believe Tartaria was not just a name, but a global civilization, one that possessed advanced technology, architectural mastery, and perhaps even a form of free, wireless energy long before our modern age. Could these architectural marvels, the domes of St. Petersburg, the towers of Chicago, the ornate halls of Paris, be remnants of a lost civilization? Structures not built by our ancestors, but inherited from a forgotten empire? Some say it's evidence of a lost global civilization called Tartaria, advanced tech-centralized cities, then a sudden erasure. Some researchers suggest these buildings once served a purpose beyond aesthetics, that the towering spires and metal domes weren't just beautiful, they were functional. designed to draw energy from the atmosphere, tapping into a natural grid that powered entire cities without wires or fuel. A civilization where art, science, and energy coexisted, not in conflict, but in perfect harmony. But if such a civilization existed, where did it go? According to the Tartarian theory, the 19th century marked the Great Reset, a period of global catastrophe, war, and deliberate rewriting of history. Skeptics call it conspiracy. Others point to altered records and urban redesigns as proof of intentional forgetting. Some speak of a mud flood, a mysterious event that buried entire cities beneath layers of earth and debris. Today, countless buildings across the world have windows and doors half submerged underground. Coincidence? Or the buried scars of a lost world? And when the mud settled, a new narrative emerged. Maps were redrawn, dynasties renamed, history rewritten to erase all traces of Tartaria. The surviving architecture was rebranded as Victorian, Baroque, or Neoclassical, elegant terms for what may have been the last remnants of a global empire. If Tartaria truly mastered energy from the ether, it may help explain the mysterious inventions of later centuries, like those of Nikola Tesla, who dreamed of providing free energy to the entire planet. Whether myth or missing chapter, the Tartarian question forces us to ask, who writes history, and what did they choose to hide? Was Tesla rediscovering knowledge that had already existed in the world before him? Did the ruins of Tartaria inspire his vision and threaten those who profit from control over energy? Stay curious. Whether coincidence or connection, the parallels are striking. Skeptics argue that Tartaria is a myth, a romantic reinterpretation of history. Mainstream historians claim that the Tartary seen on old maps was simply a geographical label, not a civilization. Yet the fascination persists, because beyond the debate lies something deeper, a longing to understand our true potential. Maybe Tartaria is more than a lost empire. Maybe it's a mirror reflecting the brilliance humanity is capable of, a symbol of balance between beauty, technology, and unity that we've somehow forgotten. What if our ancestors were not primitive but enlightened? What if the story of human progress is not a straight line forward, but a cycle of rise, fall, and rediscovery? The legend of Tartaria invites us to ask the forbidden questions, to look at our cities, our maps, and our history with new eyes. Whether it was real or symbolic, its spirit endures. It reminds us that beauty and innovation need not be separate, that progress can be harmonious, that knowledge can be shared freely, not hidden. Perhaps one day, as our understanding of history deepens, we'll uncover the truth about Tartaria, not as a lost civilization, but as a reflection of what humanity can achieve when it builds not for profit or power, but for purpose and wonder. The empire may be gone, but its story and its spirit live on in us all.